So yesterday, of course, the Amazon Fire TV Stick Select was released, and I did do a full review on it. So if you haven't checked it out, I'll go ahead and link it in the description where you can check it out in its entirety. While going through this device, going through the paces, checking out the different options and features, it became very apparent that while it resembled the previous Fire TV devices, there are some things that are missing on this device that renders it almost useless. So in this video, what I want to do is go over 5 major limitations that seriously holds this device back and why you should probably skip it altogether. So I'm going to jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So first up, no Dolby Vision, no Dolby Atmos support on this device at all. And for a lot of people, this might not sound like a big deal until you realize that even the cheaper and older Fire TV Stick 4K supports both. These two features missing means that when you're watching HDR content, the picture quality just looks a little bit flat, the highlights don't pop as they do on other devices, and you'll miss the rich cinematic sound that the Dolby Atmos gives you. So for Amazon Fire TV, this is very disappointing. And if we go over to the website, Dolby encoded audio and it does have a pass-through, but no Dolby Atmos as we mentioned. As far as the supported video, we have HDR10, HDR10 plus HLG, no Dolby Vision, and we can see that the Fire TV Stick 4K as well as the 4K Max has both of those. I did notice one thing that I found funny of looking at all the Fire TV devices. You can see the reviews, the ratings are pretty good. 4.7 on the HD, we have 4.7 on the 4K, 4.6 on the Max. Even the Fire TV Cube has a 4.5. But even though this is early, we have 3 reviews. We're already sitting at a 2.5. So I expect that number to go way down, and I'd probably jump in and do my own review here in a little bit. Reason number 2, no Wi-Fi 6 support as well as poor performance. So that just means that the connection is going to be a little bit less stable, especially in homes where multiple devices are competing for the same bandwidth. And what makes matters even worse is that this only has 1 gig of RAM. So I've been testing it for the past day, and what I noticed is that once this device warms up, once you open a couple of applications, start going to some videos, you'll notice that the device start to get laggy. Opening apps is going to take a little longer, navigation is going to stutter, and sometimes the device just freeze altogether. So yes, this is an in-house design system. Apple does it where everything is Apple made, Apple built, and it works beautiful together. However, the difference with Apple, I believe, is that their specifications are decent to begin with, and they're not putting any devices out there with 1 gig of RAM. Number 3 is going to be, of course, a big one. Developer options not available or disabled. So what that means is that access to advanced settings are not an option on this device. You're going to have no ADB debugging, and worst of all, with this not being an option anywhere, the ability to sideload or install third-party applications are not available. So forget about using Downloader, we'll touch on here in a little bit, or installing apps like Kodi or any utility that you normally use. That's pretty much gone. So Amazon basically locked this thing down to only what their app store is going to support, which is going to bring us to the next problem. Next problem is going to be no expandable storage and no OTG support. So here's where it gets a little frustrating. The Fire TV Stick Select doesn't recognize any of my OTG adapters that has worked on previous Fire TV Stick. That means that you can't plug in external storage, USB drives, or even Ethernet adapters, except for the Amazon branded Ethernet adapter, which I did test yesterday. With such limitations, this device only comes with 8 gigs of storage. So what's going to happen is once you download applications, which are very few currently, you're going to run out of space and there's no way to expand it. Essentially, once your storage is full, it's full, and for streaming device in 2025, this is just pretty much unacceptable, at least in my opinion. Number 5, and for me this is probably the biggest one, is just App Store disaster. It's a complete disaster. Downloader isn't there, Kodi isn't there, even basic file managers are completely missing. There's no way to get to see anything within this device except for what Amazon wants you to see. So what you're left with is basically bare bone selection of streaming applications and pretty much not much else. So if you like customizing your Fire TV experience, adding your own tools, this device completely blocks whatever freedom we had on the previous device. So there you have it, the 5 biggest reasons why the Fire TV Select just isn't worth it, at least in my opinion. No Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, no Wi-Fi 6, no expandable storage, and of course a lockdown ecosystem that stops you from doing almost anything besides watching streaming applications. So if you're thinking about upgrading, I would recommend either taking a look at the Fire TV Stick 4K Max or even the Fire TV Stick 4K, but those wouldn't even be my first choices. You have additional devices out there like your On devices, your Xiaomi devices, Formula devices, so many other devices out there that are priced reasonably and are going to do a better job than the 4K Select. So let me know in the comment section if you think Amazon intentionally crippled the Fire TV device, or if it's just a bad design, and or are they going to walk it back once they see the outrage. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.